Welcome to the MAGA Meltdown, the show where we check out the craziest and the funniest news in the MAGAverse over the past week. My name is AG, and I'll be your host. Let's get right to it. Well, it's been a busy week. We had a Republican that shot a puppy. We had a former Republican president that was on trial and being testified against by a porn star that he allegedly had an affair with 2 months after his wife gave birth to his child. And there were many more crazy-ass, insane MAGA stories. But if there is one person right now that may be universally hated by everyone except the most brainwashed cult members, it has to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. So this week's MAGA Meltdown will star the one, the only Moscow Marge.
So this week we're going to talk about Georgia Republican representative, an embodiment of every reason not to try CrossFit, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a punditry-appointed rising star in the Republican Party.
Aaron, I'd say less star, more spectacle, a menace, a wannabe Regina George.
Yes, in her short legislative career, Greene has made a real impression, inspiring such headlines as, "Why is Marjorie Taylor Greene like this? Marjorie Taylor Greene's miserable Congress record. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene the worst person in Congress? And does Marjorie Taylor Greene only have 3 toes on each foot?"
Answer: Marjorie Taylor Greene does in fact have 5 toes. Thanks for debunking, Snopes.
Because, as one of the headlines has alluded, Marge's ability to actually govern is scant, and her interest in governing is even scanter. Because ultimately, it seems that Marjorie Taylor Greene is sort of a cliche of a bored suburban mom who somehow along the way, while leaping between hyperfixations, developed an addiction to attention.
Though I love the ladies from the Hysteria podcast and 100% support what they are doing, I'm not sure I would refer to MTG as a spectacle. Instead, I would substitute absolute fucking train wreck. But let's not argue semantics. One thing we will agree on, though, is Moscow Marge produces some absolutely mind-bending headlines. Whether it's her obsession with Hunter Biden's dick pics, her lifelong battle with the English language, or, of course, her most famous headline about Jewish space lasers, Large Marge loves the attention. But this may not be the type of attention she's looking for. Or is it?
That's right, it's out in the open, and you're right. You know, Fox News called me an idiot. That was literally their headline. They called me an idiot. But what I've done is expose what was already happening in the dark. He was giving them everything. Wide open border policies, fully funded the Biden Department of Justice, fully funded the FBI, gave them a brand new building, paid for full-term abortion funding, paid for the trans agenda against children.
Listen, you know you're making some bonkers, bananas, garbage decisions if Fox News is calling you an idiot. It's not like she made some radical swing left, and that's why Fox News was calling her out in their headline. She went so far right and so far stupid that Fox News was like, this was dumb. Marjorie Taylor Greene is dumb. Also, if I was a conservative and Fox News called me an idiot, you could not waterboard that information out of me. I would not be going on someone's talk show and spreading that information for free, okay? I would be doing my damnedest to make sure that as few people knew about that as possible. But I'm not Marjorie Taylor Greene. And Fox News was right on the money because she is an idiot.
The circus that is today's Republican Party is looking pretty goddamn comical, and I'm pretty sure the next generation is connecting the dots. And you should show your support by checking out the rest of that video in the links below. Well, if you think MAGA's MVP, which I can only assume stands for musty vaginal problem, was going to clean up her act after that scathing video, you were wrong, my friends, because much like an STD, MTG is here for the long haul and will only get worse if not gotten rid of. But one good thing she's been able to do is show that Republicans and Democrats can still find common ground.
For what purpose does a gentlewoman from Georgia seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows: declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. This is the uniparty for the American people watching.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Yes, the uniparty. I too attempt to blame my idiocy on things that make absolutely no sense. It turns out all the fighting over things like DEI, border policies, tax cuts for the wealthy, and whether women deserve the right to make decisions for their own bodies was all a sham. Marge has solved the case. They couldn't possibly be booing you due to you being an idiot. No, it's all a conspiracy theory. It's MTG and Trump against the world. Trump, you got Marjorie's back, right?
Thanks for bringing attention to the Republicans who didn't support your motion by calling them the uniparty, and bringing that attention to the American people. Because to add insult to injury, Marjorie, does that mean Donald Trump is a part of the uniparty? Your Lord and Savior? Your dreamboat? Right? Because he said this. Ahead of the House voting, which they essentially voted against Marjorie Taylor Greene's motion to vacate, Trump said on social media, "I absolutely love Marjorie Taylor Greene." Yeah, I'm sure you do. But he said Republicans need to be fighting now to defeat Democrats in the November election. He urged Republicans to table Greene's motion. The betrayal. All that ass kissing and God knows what else just to be embarrassed by your man. The pick-me's never get picked, Marge. We try to tell you guys that time and time again.
Ouch. I guess MVP doesn't stand for the Mango Moose Knuckles Vice President. I, for one, think Stella Magz should run for president in 2028. I'd vote for her. And if you need more convincing, check out her video in the description down below. Look, MTG has got a tough job, and we know that because she complains about having to do it all the time. And though her attempts to oust Tiny Johnson ended in what I can only imagine was a disappointing climax, it seemed like everyone involved was happy it was over, because nothing brings America together quite like mocking these MAGA clowns.
Watch Marjorie Taylor Greene.
He instead led us to another CR on January 18th, 2024, and got it passed with the support of 207 Democrats. And
Mr. Speaker, the House is not in order.
Ladies recognized.
And only 107 Republicans, while 106 Republicans voted against it.
Got it passed with the support of 207 Democrats, and only 107 Republicans went with them. And then she brags about 106, and 106 Republicans voted against it. You do know that 106 is fewer than 107, right, Marjorie?
Well, Jesse, I wouldn't count on that. Math is not exactly Trumplican's strong point. These are people that think losing by 7 million votes was a close race. These are also people that think they should homeschool their children and we should defund the educational system. Look, the quickest way to get asked to leave the Freedom Caucus is to exhibit any ability to think critically. And I'm sure if you get caught solving a basic math problem without a calculator, you immediately get labeled a goddamn commie or socialist because they have no idea what either one of those words actually mean. And to hear Trump tell it, MTG is one of their best and their brightest.
Oh, and one of my favorite people. Oh, she's so smart. I hope she's around. I hope she's around. She is an incredible woman. She's a brilliant woman, doesn't get credit for it, but we all know about that stuff. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It's such a backhanded compliment to say someone is brilliant but doesn't get credit for it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, contrary to popular opinion, she's actually very smart. She doesn't get credit for it. Most people think she's dumb as ask around.
Baron von Schützenpants is spewing that projectile dip shittery Straight Facts No Chaser has been warning us about. Hope you guys had your hazmat suits on. And if you're not ready to take your stupid goggles off yet, make sure to check out last week's episode of the MAGA Meltdown where we covered the insane MAGA religious grifting hypocrisy. Once again, thanks for watching, and remember, get educated and get out and vote.